budget office admits is illegal, but the government takes your money and forces propaganda on you. We don't do that. We're saying, help us if you believe in what we're doing, if you believe in this mission. You know, we've raised $300,000 in the last 2 money bombs, and I wasn't going to do one this year, but things just fell apart so bad, we need it. We've absolutely got to have it. So I want to give you the toll-free number. It's 888-253-3139, 888-253-3139 to call here, or InfowarsMoneybomb.com. If Michelle Bachmann, who's better than some, but still, you know, pro-war and all this stuff, can raise $5.4 million in one day to keep her in Congress, when she's going to win hands down anyways. I mean, what? Great. I'm glad. But imagine if we had money like that. I mean, what's more important than this transmission? 888-253-3139. You can also write to us. Not too late to write. We'll add it in next week when it comes in to the overall total and announce that. Also, you know, I told the guys, if you want us to mention your name for $1,000 and above donations, or even a website, great. You know, people like that in pledge drives. As long as it isn't porn or something, we'll have to check the sites. $1,000 and above donations, we'll do that. Also, for $10,000 and above donations, I'm just making this announcement right here on the fly because they had asked me to come up with some numbers. I never thought about it, and I didn't do it. $10,000 donations, you will get an everything special. That is every book and video we sell, not just mine, signed by yours truly. For $10,000 and above donations on everything special. That's got to be 20, 30 books, you know, 30 videos. I'm not sure the total numbers. Just an everything, every book and video we sell, $10,000 and above donations. And let me continue here, 888-253-3139 or InfowarsMoneybomb.com. Okay, I apologize for getting him on 15 minutes late, but he'll be with us the rest of this hour and the full next hour. And then the Lord Christopher Monckton interview. We have Alan Watt joining us from Canada of BreakTheMatrix.com. And it's great to have you here with us, sir. Or no, Cutting Through the Matrix. CuttingThroughTheMatrix.com, excuse me. CuttingThroughTheMatrix.com. Alan, good to have you with us.
It's good to be back on again, Alex.
Okay, you've heard me ranting about money and funding and support. I want to get into the overall globalist takeover, the financial collapse, where you see things coming after the break. But in the next 3 minutes, I didn't ask you to do this beforehand. I really want your perspective. Can you explain to people how the big foundations and the government funds the mainstream media? And do you agree with us, Alan, that, I mean, like when we flew up twice to interview you in Canada and tried to help you out a little bit for doing the interview, which you didn't even ask for, but you need to support you. I mean, how important is it to support Infowars.com and the whole scheme of things? And give me your honest response. What do you think of this show? What do you think of its trailblazing value?
I think the few remaining stations that are left, and there's very few, there used to be lots of stations for Patriot Radio. The few remaining ones are the only lifeline that people have to any alternate news that fills in all the blank spots which the media leaves out. And without it, really, you're left with nothing but mainstream propaganda. And the mainstream will never tell you that they're really shepherding you into this whole new global society, which is an authoritarian society. And the shows, the few Patriot stations that are left, are trying to put out the information to show you what kind of society is to be. It's already decided. They have put out their books on it. They've got lots of documentation at the United Nations of the society they're bringing in. It's an authoritarian society, totally controlled society, and there's no democracies or republics in it. It's simply authoritarian from top to bottom. And we've been living through it for the last few years. We've watched the implementation as they've taken the rights away from all the people across the entire planet. And this is a global agenda. And right now, as I say, the only lifeline they have are the occasional talk show hosts who put out alternate information and try to at least educate the ones who need that. And people do really crave to have the little bits explained to them that the media does leave out. You've got to know why everyone right now is pushing towards total integration with the International Monetary Fund. If you know the history of it, you'll know it was set up 50, 60 years ago to be completely integrated for the world. And even Stephen Harper on Canadian television at the G20 meeting admitted that...
In fact, guys, sorry to interrupt, we're going to break. I sent you that Harper video about, yeah, we got to give up our sovereignty to have an economy. That's how they hold us hostage. It's also up on prisonplanet.com. Do we have that loaded in the video system? The Stephen Harper admits Canadians need to give up sovereignty. It's a prisonplanet.com article if we don't have it in the video list. Let's come back and talk about that, Alan, on the other side, and then the overall view of where we are in the rollout, the implementation of this global government. He is Alan Watt of CuttingThroughTheMatrix.com. I'm Alex Jones of Infowars.com. We shall return after this quick break. 24-plus hour broadcast is live.
No matter how little you may know about the dangers of a nuclear blast or radiation sickness, you can become an emergency preparedness expert after reading Red Horse, How to Survive a Nuclear Blast or Dirty Bomb by Sam Adams. A must for every American home, this book is a step-by-step how-to manual for survival in the event of disaster. Red Horse, How to Survive a Nuclear Blast or Dirty Bomb is available for immediate digital download for only $39 at dirtybombsurvival.com. Order the hard copy for just $49 plus $8 shipping from dirtybombsurvival.com. Plus, you can own the rights to copy and sell this book. Find out more at dirtybombsurvival.com. That's dirtybombsurvival.com or call 877-327-0365. That's 1-877-327-0365. Order your copy today.
You may be arrested and/or subject to other police action.
Tyranny is here. The grim future foretold in 1984 has become reality.
It really says that the state is God.
The United States is now recognized globally as one of the most oppressive police states on earth. This film conclusively proves the existence of a secret network of FEMA camps, now being expanded nationwide. This documentary exposes how the continuity of government program has established an all-powerful shadow state. Police State 4 chronicles the sickening depths to which our republic has fallen. Prepare to enter the secretive world of emergency dictatorship. Body scanners, sound cannons, citizen spies, stage terror, and cameras on every street corner. It's only the beginning of the New World Order's hellish plan. The police state isn't coming. It's here. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or see it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv.
Gold. It's like nothing else on Earth. From the Romans through the Renaissance, from the Industrial Age to the Space Age, gold has weathered the test of time. For 6,000 years, gold has remained the ultimate store of wealth. According to the World Gold Council and the U.S. Mint, demand is at an all-time high. The stage is being set for the reemergence of gold as the common-sense alternative to a fiat paper currency that gets weaker every day. Midas Resources is proud to offer the hard-hitting report that arms you with the truth you need to protect you and your family from the Fed's plans for your hard-earned money. Don't gamble with your future. Call Midas Resources today and ask for your free copy of As Good as Gold. Call 1-800-686-2237 for the report the Fed hopes you'll never see. As Good as Gold can be yours by calling 800-686-2237. If you have ever thought about owning gold, you must read this report. Call Midas today at 800-686-2237.
Are you concerned about dropping or losing your cell phone? Are you tired of dealing with cell phone clips or holsters? Then this message is for you. Introducing Cliphanger, the best and most affordable cell phone holder on the market, made to keep your phone secure and accessible. Cliphanger works with all cell phones, including the iPhone, Droid, BlackBerry, and even iPods. When attached to a pant loop, Cliphanger won't poke when you sit down. And for women, Cliphanger easily attaches to any purse strap. Carry a phone in your pocket? Simply use one finger to pull it out with Cliphanger. Cliphanger is thin and simple, has a 1-year warranty against breakage, and prices start at only $10.95. With your Cliphanger purchase, we'll also send you the auto hook for your car and ship everything to you absolutely free. See the amazing Cliphanger and the Cliphanger Lite with its built-in LED flashlight at myphoneclip.com. To order, call 801-719-2680. That's 801-719-2680. Or visit myphoneclip.com to get your Cliphanger today.
The number one issue we have today in Canada and have had for the past couple of years, without a shadow of a doubt, is the economy. But as I constantly remind Canadians, there isn't really a Canadian economy anymore. It is a global economy. And yes, the Canadian economy, so to speak, is doing better than many other countries.
This is Stephen Harper.
But the general trajectory of the Canadian economy, whether we're on the down or downhill as we were last year, or whether we're on the rebound as we are this year, is fundamentally determined by the state of the global economy. And that's what these meetings are all about, and that's why they are so critical. That's why it's so critical that we participate and play a major role, because Canadian jobs and Canadian futures are intimately linked to what goes on here And quite frankly, everything that we do in our country to improve our country's position is ultimately to improve that position within the context of a global economy. And we cannot be effective at major economic matters any longer unless we work with our other economic partners around the world and work with them closely and intimately. That is essential. I know some people don't like it. It's a loss of national sovereignty, but it is a simple reality. It is a simple reality that we are in a global economy. The global economy is determining where we're headed and will determine our future, and we have to play our part in these forums to make sure that our interests are protected and advanced.
All right. So they hold you hostage. They say the global economy has to make the decision. That's the mega central banks that bought up the planet through fraud with at least 1.5 quadrillion, 1,500 trillion. And now, we've got to let this foreign group make the decisions and determine it. Globalism's our only hope. See, it gets you like a boa constrictor, squeezes you, and then hisses in your face while it's killing you that it's saving you. And this is how they're selling pure evil and world government. Alan Watt.
Yes, and again, it's nothing to really shock some of us who studied it for years, because we've watched all the different global meetings I've had. You could understand they're all members of the Council on Foreign Relations that was set up as a parallel government. They put members in government too. Most of your bureaucrats at the high levels are all CFR members, and same in every other country across the world. All members of the Council on Foreign Relations, and sometimes they'll change the name for the same organization. But their plan for the last, almost 100 years has been to bring in a global society, a sort of mixture of Marxism and a mixture of Keynesian or Keynes, basically philosophy on money. That's the system we're living in now. And now we're going for the kill, which was the second part of the recipe of Bretton Woods, was where the IMF would come up and be the global banker for the whole planet and be in charge not only of dishing out money across the world, but also of managing every country's debt. Instead of the country doing it themselves, they will do it for them.
This is a financial takeover, and everything we talked about has come true with total precision because we were only reading their own documents.
That's right. They have made it public in all their publications, just that the public never hear about them because the media is perfectly silent about them, and the media is silent because the leaders are all members of the Council on Foreign Relations, and we've had Rockefeller before, who finances an awful lot of the CFR's movements in America and publishes their books too, and he pays for it all. He said at one of his meetings, "We thank you." He's talking to the editors of newspapers and the magnates, and he said, "We thank you for keeping it secret. We could never have gone this far without your help, keeping it all secret from the public."
What point have we reached? I mean, they're publicly saying they're devaluing global currencies to, quote, fix the debt. That's like if your leg's chopped off, chopping off the other leg.
Yes, because you're going to bring in a standardized monetary system for the whole planet. That's definitely on the books. And obviously, they always do the same thing when they change into a new monetary system. They devalue the present currencies as they amalgamate it all together. And that's what they're doing with the U.S. and Canada to follow. Canada always follows the U.S. because we are so intertwined financially with business.
There's major resistance to it. In fact, Brzezinski talked about a total global awakening the first time in history and admitted that they are in trouble. What's your take on that?
I don't see it really as trouble. Remember, too, these guys have full-time think tanks working on every possible problem that could arise with their big, far-reaching plan. And they work it out well in advance. And they have, as you know, across the world, set up a police state and a militarized state in order to take care of any problems as we go through this as a just-in-case scenario. We've been trained since 2001 to simply obey anybody in a black-clad uniform, and this is part of that, too. It's training us to accept total authority, poverty coming your way, the redistribution of wealth.
Austerity.
They've announced that. Yeah, they've announced that openly, that whatever happens in say, somewhere in Africa, your wealthier people will have to bail them out. And so this is the redistribution of wealth, as Karl Marx talks about. They call it the third way. This is the third way. It's the joining of the capitalist system with what was called the Soviet system.
Which the Rand Corporation documents admit they've also been involved in. Alan Watts, stay with us. We'll be right back.
We're on the march.